My name is Chris Ash. I'm the defensive coordinator and defensive back coach here at the University of Wisconsin. Today I'm doing a three-part series on our 4-3 defense, how we stop the run, and how we defend the pass. This video is going to be geared towards how we implement 8-man fronts in our open defense with cover 3 and our tight defense with tight gray, which is man-free. We're going to talk about our run fits and some adjustments to different formations. Hopefully this will help you guys in what you try to do as you try to stop the run at your school. First thing I want to talk about is just some things that we believe that you have to do to be able to stop the run. To me, to stop the run, it's important that your players buy into it. Okay? It's got to be emphasized in everything that you do. Your meetings, your walkthroughs, your practice, everything has to be talked about. Hey, we stop the run. It's not we're going to try, we are going to stop the run. The players must buy in. It's important. They buy into it, the better off you're going to be. The other thing you have to do, in my opinion, to be able to stop the run is you've got to be able to create 8- and 9-man fronts. You've got to be able to utilize defensive backs in the coverage scheme to get them involved to help defend the run, especially when there are 2 backs in the backfield. Okay, we're going to play with cover 3 and man-free. We'll rotate strong, we'll rotate weak based on the front, but we're going to get our safeties involved in the run, and we have some coverages where we will utilize corners to create either that 8th or 9th man in the front. Players must get aligned right. I talked about this in the previous video about how important it is to align right. Don't beat yourself. But if you're going to stop the run, you've got to be aligned right. And it's a lot of it has to do with the linebackers and DBs. Hey, if you're supposed to be in a 30 as a linebacker, be in a 30 on the outside shade of that guard. If it tells you to be in a 20, be in a 20. I'm telling you, one step here or there can mean the difference of being able to get over the top of the block or being able to make a play if you're going to two-hat the fullback. But we must get aligned right, and as a coach, you've got to pay attention to those details. Those little details will get you beat if you have bad alignments. Again, I don't care if it's 1 step or 1 yard, get yourself lined up right. Okay? All defenders must know their run-pass key and be able to react fast. Everybody, whether D-lineman, linebacker, secondary, everybody has a run-pass key, and they better know them, and they better know how to react to them. Just because you're in an 8-man front doesn't mean you're going to stop the run. How are you going to fit plays? How are you going to take on blocks? How are you going to defeat blocks? That will determine your success in an 8-man or 9-man front and your ability to stop the run. Okay, the next point there, you just kind of hit on that a little bit. Defenders must fit in the right spot versus blocking schemes. We talk a lot about pieces of the puzzle. What we are on defense is a puzzle. Okay, you open up the puzzle on that box, on the cover of the box, there's a picture. We have in our head the picture that we want to see from our defense when we create 8- or 9-man fronts to stop the run. Every individual is a piece of that puzzle. Okay? If you open that puzzle box and you're missing a piece, you can't finish that puzzle. Okay? It doesn't look right. If we're out there on defense and we create an 8-man front and there's one guy not in the right spot, not fitting where he's supposed to in that puzzle, the whole picture is going to look bad. And we want everybody to understand, okay, we are a team, but you as an individual have a responsibility to fit within that puzzle the right way, and we talk a lot about that puzzle theory. Okay? We must not only fit right, but we must defeat blocks if we're going to stop the run. Okay? Again, the phrase that we use a lot is change the math. A lot of things that we do, a lot of our tackling drills are going to start with defeating some sort of a block, whether it be a high block, a cut block with what we see, okay, a box, taking on a kick-out block and boxing or spill, whatever. But we've got to be able to defeat blocks, get off blocks, change the math, and get to that ball carrier if we're going to be successful at stopping the run. The next thing, if you want to stop the run, you've got to have great pursuit. We talked about this in the previous video about our defensive openers and why do we emphasize so much on pursuit. We want to be great tacklers, and that's the next point, but we're not going to make every tackle. We know that. The most important thing after a missed tackle isn't that you missed the tackle, it's the number of yards that you give up after that tackle is missed. How do you minimize the number of yards given up after missed tackles? You better have great pursuit. How do you get great pursuit? You better work it and emphasize it in practice. We do it with the pursuit drill and openers. In every drill that we do on defense, our guys need to be running to the ball until that camera shut off or the whistle blows. Okay, no loafs, and that's important. Be great tacklers. If you got to stop the run, again, it's no good just to be in the right spot and miss a lot of tackles. We've got to be able to tackle, and we're going to work some sort of tackling every single day. And again, to be able to stop the run, you've got to be consistent with your assignments. You've got to get lined up right all the time, read the proper key, react to the proper key, eliminate wasted movement, and get to the ball fast consistently. And if you can do those things, you'll have a chance to stop the run, regardless of the scheme that you employ. 3-4, 4-3, it doesn't matter, okay? Whether you're gap control, 2-gap, 8-man front, 9-man front, 6-man front, 7-man, it doesn't matter. You do those things, some of those right there, and you'll have a chance to stop the run. And that's kind of what we live by here at the University of Wisconsin. The next thing I want to go to is we're going to go through 2 of our 8-man fronts that we use primarily against 2-back offenses. One is out of our open, our 4-3 front, where we rotate a strong safety down and we run cover 3 out of it. The other is out of our tight front, where we rotate weak with our safety to create an 8-man front, and we're primarily playing man-free with that. I want to go through and show you how we fit up lead play strong, weak, power strong, power weak, and how we fit blocks. And we'll look at some videos, some practice and game clips also. One of the primary 8-man fronts that we use is accompanied with cover 3. It's a landmark defense for us, but it's an 8-man box, or 8-man defense, 8-man front defense, where we can outnumber the opponent in the box at the point of attack. Okay, just some things about cover 3. Go through and just talk about some of our theory behind of it. Okay, it's a 3 deep, 4 under zone coverage. Okay, safety rotation to the passing strength for us. Passing strength could be the tight end flanker. It could be 2 receivers in twin formation. But our safeties will rotate to the passing strength. Okay, some strengths with cover 3. Okay, we believe that cover 3 is sound versus both the run and the pass. Okay, it's adjustable versus any personnel or formation. So if it's 21, 12, 22, 11, 10 personnel in the game, we can run cover 3 versus all personnel groupings. And we should be able to adjust pretty good versus all formations. Okay, weaknesses of cover 3. Vertical seams versus 1-back sets. Anytime they align in a 1-back set, 4 verticals is a potential problem for cover 3. And then the 3-level passing schemes where they can high-low you, flood routes down the sideline. Those are some of the weaknesses. One of the things we really, I think, do a good job here of at Wisconsin is understanding, hey, every call that we make has a strength and has a weakness. We're not trying to stop everything and think that we're going to be good in every single call that we have. We've got principles, we've got concepts, we're going to run them, we understand the strengths and weaknesses, we teach them to the players. If we get hit on a 4 vertical in cover 3, we're not going to get upset about it. Should have been in a different coverage or change it up. Okay? If we get a flood route, then we're going to play deep to short, give up the flat, make them throw it, and then we'll rally and make the play in the flat. Okay? If you look at our front, this is what we look like. Open defense, cover 3. Okay? What is open? Open is our 4-3 defense with the Sam, Mike, and Will in the second level. Okay? Rotating to the passing strength of the formation. Okay? When we line an open 3, we're going to set the front to the open side of the formation. In this picture, okay, in a pro formation, it's away from the tight end. Mike, linebacker, will set the front. Mike will say right, right, right. Okay? In a right call, nose will be in a shade to the call. 3 technique will be in a defensive tackle will be in a 3 technique to the tight end or away from the call. Sam goes to the call, Will goes away. Okay, free safety goes to the call, strong safety goes away. Okay, that's what we will look like when we talk about open 3. Okay, and it's a strong side rotation with our strong safety dropping down in the box. Okay, if we get a twins formation, okay, passing strength is to the right, to the 2 receiver side. Our safeties will be saying sky right, or sky left, based on the passing strength of the formation. Okay, our Sam, Mike, and Will, their alignments don't change, whether it's pro, whether it's twin. In open, we talk about stack run fits. We've got stack run fits and we've got bow run fits. And we talk about open defense, we're talking mostly about stack run fits. Sam, Mike, and Will are in the box. These guys will two-hat the fullback. We'll create an 8-man front with a DB based on the formation. Here, actually, the 8th guy in the front is our corner. He's got the D gap, and he's a deep third defender because we're rotating the safeties to the passing strength of the formation. Linebackers' responsibilities in cover 3, they're going to be either curl flat or they're going to be a hook defender based on the safety rotation. Safety will always be a curl flat defender to the side of the rotation. If I'm a linebacker to the side of the sky call, I'm a hook defender. If I'm a linebacker away from the sky call, I'm a curl flat defender. The Mike backer needs to know he's always going to be the hook dropper away from the skied safety. So here at sky right, Sam is the hook dropper to the sky call. Mike is a hook dropper away from the sky call. The Will linebacker is a curl flat defender away from the sky call. Corners are deep third, strong safety be rotating to the deep middle. Again, open means we're setting the front to the open side of the formation. We'll take and get a shade to the call, get a 3 technique away. We will play our closed side end in a 6 technique or a 6-eye based on ability, and he will be responsible for the C gap. We will have our defensive backs responsible for the outside or D gap. You look at our alignments from our defensive line in open defense. Okay, our big end, our closed side end will be in a 6 technique, which is head up or slightly shaded in a 6-eye. Again, based on ability, responsible for the C gap. Our defensive tackle, we will get a 3 technique to the tight end side in open defense. 3 technique means he will be on the outside shade of the guard to his side. The nose guard will be in a shade away from the tight end side. He'll align to the call, and he will be shaded on the center. Some people, they ask, well, shade on the center or shade on the guard? Do you want to be in a shade on the center or a 2-eye or a G on the guard? I prefer being shaded on the center. When the center's got to worry about the cadence, he's got to worry about snapping the ball, then he's got to worry about stepping and blocking. I'd like to have him covered up. I think it makes it easier if you're in a G or in a 2-eye and not covering up that center. I want that center covered up as much as we can. And then in open defense, our rush, our open side guy will be in a 5 technique to the open side of the formation. The next thing, just talking about our linebacker alignments in open 3. Our Will align in a 30. He goes away from the call. He travels with the 3 technique. He will stack right behind our 3 technique in a 30 alignment. You talk about pro and you talk about slot, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep our linebackers in the same alignments because we're rotating our safeties to the passing strength. Mike linebacker in open defense, he will align in a weak 10, which is in a weak shade on the center, stacked right behind the nose guard. And it doesn't matter whether it's pro, whether it's slot. Sam linebacker, same thing. He's aligned in a 40, which is head up on the tackle to his side. Sam linebacker will align to the call and be in a 40, whether it's pro or whether it's slot, it doesn't matter. Okay, secondary. When we talk about open 3, we are not a corners over defense in open 3. Corners are anchored left and to the right. Okay, versus a pro formation, a double width formation. Corners are deep third defenders. They will line up 1 by 8, 1 yard inside, 8 yards off. Why do I line them at 8 versus some people will go at 7? Everything we do, we got zone eyes. We're going to be keying the quarterback for run pass or 3-step drop. We're going to walk out. And then we're going to either settle, we're going to walk and settle, or walk and pedal based on what that quarterback has done. Okay? If the quarterback settles, then we're going to settle. Or sits at 3, then we'll settle. If the quarterback continues on past 5, we'll accelerate into a pedal. But if I'm walking out, the tighter I am, if I'm walking out, okay, the better chance I've given that wide receiver to eat my cushion up and get by me. So we want to have more depth if we're going to come out slow and controlled and be patient. Okay, if we get a twin or a slot formation, the nub side corner, okay, will be a deep third defender, and he will be in what we call a D5 alignment. D gap, 5 yards deep. Okay, we will stem, you see a late stem to D5. We'll start up at a 2x2 up close to the line of scrimmage, and then we'll stem back to a D5 alignment. Okay, the cornerback to the 2 receiver sides, 1 by 8, and he's a deep third defender. Strong safety and open 3 aligns to the tight end. Okay, we start with both safeties 2x10 off the core or the end man on the line of scrimmage. Strong safety versus the pro formations off the tight end, 2 yards outside, 10 yards deep. Okay, he will lead entry to a 3x5 alignment. He'll be a skied safety, 3 yards outside, 5 yards deep off that tight end. Okay, if it's a slot or twin formation, he'll start in a C9. That's C gap between the tight end and the tackle, and I'll show you this in a second, and he will stem to the deep middle because the free safety will be sky into the passing strength. Okay, pro formation for a free safety, a line 2x10 off the core, late stem to the deep middle versus twin or slot. He'll align and show quarters or cover 2 off of the number 2 detached receiver, and he'll late stem down to 1x8 off of the number 2 receiver. 1 yard inside or outside, we want to be about 8 yards deep off of number 2 detached based off of the split. But those are the alignments that we'll have for our secondary. Okay, now I just want to go through some of our run fits. Show you some of the things that we do. Again, talking about 8-man fronts, the most important thing is to understand how to fit runs. First one I'm going to go through here is a lead week. When we line up in the open defense, a lot of teams try to attack our open B gap. That's why we put our Sam Backer there. He's a bigger, more physical linebacker than what our Will linebacker is. He should be able to take on blocks at the point of attack better. Okay. Rules for the linebackers. Sam linebacker, you see box 2, cut back away. If the run is to him, the fullback is to him, he's going to box the fullback. That means take it on with the inside arm and inside leg. Okay? We will box the fullback. Mike linebacker's fast float either to A or to B based on the fullback's course. Fullback goes to B, that's where the extra gap is created. The Sam will box the fullback, the Mike will spill the fullback, and we'll be able to handle the extra gap created there in the B gap. The Will linebacker, same as a Sam backer. Flow to me, I'm a box player. Okay, flow away, I'm a cutback player in the A gap. Okay, all the gaps are accounted for. We've got C gap, A gap, we've got B gap, and we've got C gap taken care of to the tight end side. Strong safety will rotate down, sky left to the tight end side. He is responsible for the D gap. He is a D gap box defender. He will keep everything on his inside shoulder and inside leg. We'll go through and kind of show you this blocking scheme and how it works. Okay, here you can see it develop. When they run lead to the B gap, the offensive tackle here is going to block out on the end. They'll double the nose, double the 3 technique, base block our end here, our close side end, lead the fullback up in the B gap here on our Sam or Mike, whoever shows up first. Again, the fullback is our key. He will take us to the ball. He creates the extra gap. The Sam here, you see how we fit it. Sam will box the fullback. Mike will fit inside the fullback. Will linebacker is going to be an A-gap cutback defender. 3 technique has got the B gap. Big end here has got the C gap. Strong safety's got the D gap. You can see the wall that we build and how we account for all the gaps when the fullback enters. Okay, one more time here. Go all the way back. You can see the blocking scheme. Sam is going to box the fullback. Mike will go fast to B. Will's A-gap cutback. And you can see everybody's got to trust that the defensive line will stay in their gaps. Okay, again, same alignments. Nothing changes for the Sam, Mike, or the Will, or the strong safety. Okay, Sam's in a 40. Mike's in a weak 10. Will's in a 30. 3x5 for our strong safety. Same thing for our front with our defensive linemen. Sam's still box 2. Mike's fast. A to B. Will linebacker is a box player to him. Okay, if you look at the lead into the A gap here, you watch the blocking scheme. Again, double the 3, double the nose, block out on the end, base the end here, lead the fullback up in the A gap. We don't see this very often. Some teams will try it, but just because of that space right there with that 3 technique, it's such a small hole for them to try to attack. That's why teams will try to attack that B gap bubble more. But if we do get teams that lead into the A gap, how do we fit it? Okay, Sam, A gap box, Mike, A gap spill, Sam, B gap cutback. Again, that fullback creates the extra gap. See it one more time. Okay, double the 3, double the nose, base the end, lead up on the Will, A gap box, A gap spill, B gap cutback, D gap here. Okay, that's how we'll fit it. Okay, now we start to talk power. Okay, I know a lot of you guys probably face power. We face power quite a bit. We'll talk through, again, just the responsibilities. Nothing changes with our alignments. The strong safety is a D-gap box defender. Okay, one thing that will change for our will linebacker. Okay, when they run inside plays to the A-gap, he's an A-gap box defender. But when they run outside plays like a power, strong, power means fullback kick out, pull the backside guard. He is going to be a D-gap spill player, okay, versus the power. What do we mean by that? The first blocker that comes to the strong safety, he will block it, or he will box the fullback. You can see the lineman here with the blocking scheme. They were going to base the end, double the three, block back on the nose. Fullback here will go to the strong safety, and he'll try to kick out the strong safety. Box means keep it on your inside arm, inside leg. The strong safety will go attack the fullback and try to box the fullback. Okay? From there, again, these linebackers are keying the fullback. Is it inside flow or is it outside flow? Fullback's wide to the outside, linebackers have to match it. Okay? Will linebacker will fit inside the fullback but outside the guard. So he's going to be a D-gap spill player on the fullback. He will box number 2. Okay? Take another look at it here. Fullback kick out. Here comes the guard now. Got a 2-hat the guard. Spill 1, box 2. Mike linebacker, again, is matching the course of the fullback. It's wide. It's wide, so he's got to go wide, and he'll fit inside the guard. Now you look at the Sam linebacker here. Before, on the A-gap lead, he was a B-gap cutback defender. But why now is he not an A-gap cutback defender, or B-gap cutback defender, excuse me. The guard is pulled. There's no gap. Guard pulls, he's got to jump to the next gap. Okay? They back block on the nose. He will play A to B. He will take both gaps. So now the cutback gap for the Sam backer is in the opposite A gap. Guard pulls, cut back in the opposite A gap. So Sam backer is either cut back in the B or cut back in the A based on guard pull or not. And that's how we'll fit the power strong. Okay? The next thing we got to worry about is power weak. Now, how do we fit power weak? When you look at the blocking scheme here, okay, inside release to the Mike backer by the tackle. Okay, this is one of the reasons when we get into tight defense. I do like tight defense because there's a 3 technique there, and that tackle has to block the 3 technique. But here, the tackle can veer block inside to the Mike backer, so you get that inside release. Okay, down on the nose, center back block on the 3 technique. Okay, kick out block now is on the defensive end. Okay, our ends are going to be spill players, which mean we want that ball to bounce. He will fit inside that kick out block. Okay, we want to try to make the ball bubble. Okay, we won't turn our shoulders. We don't talk about wrong arm. We just want the ball to bounce, but we want it to bubble. Okay, we don't want it to run downhill. Okay, he's going to attack the inside part of that fullback with his outside arm. He's going to flip his hips and start to try to work north and south. Okay, now what happens? Guard pull. Here comes the guard around. Sam's rule, again, he's a box defender in cover 3. Sam will fit outside the guard. Okay, now let's take a look here at the Mike and the Will. Okay, on open side plays, okay, the Mike backer is fast to beat. Whether it's inside, outside, it doesn't matter. So the tackle's on a veer block coming up to the Mike. Okay, he's going to go underneath that tackle's block. Okay, fast to beat. Fast to beat. It clears it up for the Will linebacker to come over the top. He's third in the fit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, third in the fit. We talk about that a lot. So open side run plays, Mike is fast to beat, Will is over the top. He should have a clean picture to be able to come unblocked on the power play. Sam boxes and spills. Will's third in the fit with Mike going fast to beat. Okay, the third thing that we talk a lot about is split flow. We got inside flow strong, inside flow weak. We've got scrape flow strong, scrape flow weak, and then we've got split flow. Again, now, the fullback creates the extra gap. That's the important point to understand. These 3 guys are key in the fullback, and they're going to go where the fullback takes them. You see here, okay, in split zone, split flow, the fullback's going weak. Where's the extra gap at? There's the extra gap. The linebackers have to match the fullback. So what do we see in this picture? Sam linebacker outside, Mike linebacker going to B, Will linebacker going to A. We've got all the gaps accounted for, 8 gaps. We've outnumbered the offense. Somebody's going to be free to make the play. We've got a post safety here, a knockdown safety if somebody would get out of their gap. And that's how we fit split flow plays. Okay, from there, what I want to do is go to the video. We'll watch some of these plays on tape, and then we'll talk about our tight defense. Okay, what we're going to look at now are some of our stack run fits out of our open 3 defense. First one we're going to take a look at is the lead weak, the lead into the open B gap that we see a lot in our open 3 defense against pro-style run teams. Okay, what we'll take a look at here, some practice clips. Here, open defense. Okay, we're seeing a pro set formation. Right now the linebacker's saying left, left, left. We'll get our nose set to the open side, 3 technique to the tight end side. Our big end here is in a 6 technique. He's responsible for the C gap. Open side rush end is in a 5 technique. We've got our 3 linebackers worrying about their stack run fit concepts. Sky right with the safety rotating down, 3 by 5. Okay, again, you look at the fullback leading into the B gap. Okay, look at the linebackers, no wasted movement, fast to the B. Okay, Sam is going to box. He boxes the fullback. Excellent job. Hits it deep. Okay, he's going to turn it back inside. The Mike linebacker is trying to work over the top to be inside the fullback. Okay, the linebacker here is the A gap cutback. He's going to take that run through. The safety coming down is the D gap cutback defender with flow away. He's keying the tight end. Tight end's working a cutoff block. That 6 technique is going to work to stay inside. This defensive or this safety here is going to sprint to shuffle, get slow and come to balance, get under control. We'd like to have inside foot up, outside foot back. So if that ball were to cut back, he'd be able to secure that D gap. We'll look at it from the end zone copy. Again, open, left, left, left. You got a shade on the center, 3 technique. Here we're actually in a 6-eye because of ability. Okay, we've got a 40 linebacker, a weak 10, and we've got a 30 linebacker. Sky right, safety's rotating down to the passing strength of the formation. The other safety's rotating to the deep middle. Okay, lead weak. You can see here the combo on the nose. The faster the mic goes, the faster that guard has to come off. The faster that guard can come off, the faster that nose guard gets to play 1 block versus 2 blocks. It's important that our linebackers fit fast, fit really fast, because it will pull those blocks off. If they don't come off, you can see what happens. The linebacker's free to run through the hole. So box the fullback, inside the fullback. If the guard does come off, the nose will replace the mic and be the inside player of the fullback. Our will linebacker on flow away. Okay, guard did not pull. He's going to take that A-gap run through, tackle for a loss. We'd like to see him continue to run his feet on contact and not drop to his knees, but really pretty good fits. We got a nice picture there. Talk about pieces to the puzzle. All the pieces are in the right place. We got the safety squeezing the hip of the tight end, and he's in position to play the D-gap cutback if that ball would cut back. Okay, another example of lead weak. Here we start with the tight end wing. Again, it's a single gap defense. The fullback is wide, so the linebackers will adjust their alignments to the fullback initially. The fullback motions back. You can see them motion or stem back to their stack alignments. Again, key now is the fullback. Fullback leads in the B. Sam will attack the outside. You can see how fast the mic goes. It almost looks like we're blitzing the B gap, but they're just reading their keys. They understand how offenses are going to attack our fronts, and they can get in there fast. Okay, and it's going to pull that guard off. You can see it pulling the guard off fast. Allows the nose to play 1 gap. The 3 technique does a nice job here staying in this gap. The will linebacker is playing the A-gap cutback. We've got the safety coming, squeezing the hip. One of the coaching points for the safety. We would like him to get to the heel line of the defensive lineman. The further he gets up the field, he will create a vertical running lane for that running back. The other thing that happens, sometimes our defensive ends, our 6 techniques, may get cut off. If they get cut off, we would like to be able to get that safety to fold over the top. Okay? defensive end has to stay in there, control the C gap. But if he doesn't, for whatever reason, we would at least like to be able to get that safety to be able to fold over the top. But again, he's got to trust that his teammate will take care of it, get to the heel depth or heel line of the D line, and then squeeze to play that D gap cutback, which he is right there. Okay, here in the back end, the corners are responsible for play action pass. They've got to be working back, so if it's play action pass, they've got their depth. Middle safety's got to protect the deep middle. We would like our middle safety to be 14 to 15 yards deep by the time the ball is snapped. We want him to have depth so he can come out slow and controlled. His first responsibility is to defend and take away the deep middle. But once run has declared, then he will come up, run the alley, and be able to knock anything down. If we fit it right, though, the middle safety is not needed. Look at it from the end zone copy. Okay, to start, you can see the adjustments by the backers here with the fullback in what we call a wide king or a wing set here. Anytime the fullback removes himself from the tandem to the tight end, we call it a king. If he gets outside the tight end, we call it a wing. If he would remove himself from the tandem to offset back to the open side, we call that a queen set. So here he starts in a wing, single gap defense. Right now, you got A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap, and E gap. The skied safety will rotate to the passing strength. He has E gap. The will linebacker will go from a 30 to what we will call a 60 alignment. He is responsible for the D gap. The Mike will go from a weak 10 to an A gap alignment, a stack A, and then the Sam will go from a 40 to a stack B. And you can see how we would adjust. So now we're gapped out, single gap defense. Fullback motions, you can see now we're going back to our stack alignments. 40, weak 10, 30, and he's dropping in to be a D gap defender. Fullback leads to the B, box the B, spill the B, stay in the A gap cutback, stay in the C, stay in the C. Here we would not want 92. You see how he's trying to come out of it? Wrong. We want him to keep his hat in there, keep sending that ball outside to that safety. Good job by the safety though here. But again, we would like that safety to be able to come to the heel line of the defensive line. Okay, inside foot up, outside foot back so we can play the bounce. No threat of the bounce, then trigger, go tackle the near hip. This is what we get a lot of. Here's a good look here. Both safeties showing that two deep shell. Again, because we've got things where we can rotate weak or rotate strong. We will rotate strong mostly in man free or cover three. Okay, up at the top, line movements that we will use. We don't do a lot of line movement, one-man movements to stop the run. We will try to change the B gap fit at times with what we call a rub stunt. A rub stunt is the rush to the open B gap. You can see him stepping at a 45-degree angle, getting up the field, trying to change up the blocking scheme. Usually that ball is going to cut back in a hurry. Here you can see the safety is late, holding his disguise. This will happen at times. It doesn't concern me a lot. Okay, we're a little soft here at the 3 technique and at the 6 technique. Okay, makes it tougher for that safety. Look at it from the end zone. Again, we've got open rub 3 where we're changing up now in a rub stunt. The linebackers have to know where their fits are going to be. It's going to be in the C gap now. You can see him going to box. The Sam's going to box to fullback. Mike's going to fit inside the fullback, working to the A gap cutback. We'd like, again, to see our 6 technique be inside and playable in that C gap and not so soft and getting washed down inside. Again, that's why, based on your personnel, you'll either be in a 6 technique or a 6I based on ability. You can see our safeties are going to make a lot of plays. Okay, here it is versus slot, twins formation. Passing strength of the formation is now to the right. So it's a sky right, sky right. Still set in the front to the open side away from the tight end. We've got a shade and a 5 technique to the open side, 3 technique and a 6 technique to the tight end side. Still have our stack alignments by the Sam, Mike, and Will. You can see now we've got a queen set fullback. They may adjust their alignments just slightly so the Sam is never out leveraged to the flat by that fullback, so he will widen from a 40 to a 50 or wider if necessary. But here it's sky right, safety will drop down. He's 1 by 8 either inside or outside of number 2 based on the split. Okay, we'll look at the end zone copy here. Okay, again, in this picture here, got a rub stunt. Nice execution of a rub stunt here to change up the B gap. Excellent job. Okay, you can see the Mike and the Sam's fit still on the fullback. Okay, Will's got to be the A gap cutback. Corner here has got to be coming for the D gap. He's the 8th guy in the box. Just like the safety did when it was pro, he's got to sprint to shuffle, sprint to the heel line of the defensive line, and get ready to play that D gap cutback. But again, excellent job here on the rub stunt. We've changed it up, and then we've got the corner coming. Excellent fits there. Okay, twins again, sky right. You can see here, talked about the corner. Okay, we want to show what we call a hard technique. If we were in cover 2 or 4, we would be playing the corner in the flat and the safety in the deep half. We want to show that all the time. And then late exit, late entry to the deep middle. And you can see again how we fit the B-gap lead. It's fit the same with the linebackers. That consistency is very important, whether it's pro or whether it's slot. We're sticking with those stack run fit concepts. You can see the corner coming. He's keying the tight end. Tight end is trying to work a cutoff block. That corner will come support the D gap. Okay, now you look at the front. Okay, another one-man movement that we will make is what we call an echo stunt at times. Okay, our defensive ends that are in 6 techniques, we're primarily going to be keying the tight end. Okay, we will give them some help at times, and we'll call echoes for the end, the big end, to the side of the 6 or to the tight end, the 6 technique. He will be on a C-gap charge here. Because he doesn't care what that tight end's doing now. He's charging that C-gap. You can see what happens there. Beats the tight end's cutoff block, gets in there. The Mike and the Sam fit that fullback hard. You can see the guard comes off fast, allows that nose guard to play 1 block. And you can see here making it a negative yardage play in the backfield here with the echo stunt. Previously, we ran the rub stunt, change up the B-gap. Now we're running the echo stunt to change up the 6 technique. And you can see what it does to the offense. Pretty good fits there. Okay, now let's talk about power. Power strong, we'll talk about power weak, how we fit it. Okay, kind of a late start here on the video, but the tight end here is set to the right. Okay, it's set to the right, so we're saying sky right, sky right. Okay, it's backer left, sky right, sky right. The tighter the split is of the Z receiver, if he's in a crack split, we want to get that safety down tighter. We would like, if he's in a crack split, we'll even give up the disguise and get him down there tighter so he can't be cracked, so we can try to eliminate the crack and replace for the corner in our 8-man fronts. Okay, again, you can see here blocking scheme-wise. Tight end down on the 6. Okay, guard and tackle double the 3 technique. You can see center blocking back on the nose. You can see the tackle executing a hinge block on the backside. The guard's pulling. We'll go to the end zone copy and take a look at it. Okay, again, sky right, sky right. Now we've got a king set fullback. So our linebackers have adjusted their alignments based on the width of that king set fullback. Okay, we've gone from a 30. Okay, now we're in a 50 here with the linebacker. We've gone from a weak 10. Okay, to a stack A, we've gone from a 40 to a 30 here with this linebacker because of the king set. Now, let's watch how it unfolds. We talked earlier, the safety, skied safety is a D-gap box defender. The will linebacker versus that outside flow is a D-gap spill. Fullback shows first. You can see the will linebacker spilling the fullback, taking it on with his outside arm and leg. Okay, safety's a box player. He'll take everything on with his inside arm and leg. You can see the wide receiver cracking, but if we get up there in an uncrackable position, it should not do anything to us. The faster we get up, the faster that crack declares, the faster the corner can crack and replace. Okay, let's look at here. Sam linebacker, wide flow away, guard pull. He becomes the A-gap cutback defender. We're going to take that run through right there. The faster we can get that Sam linebacker in that A-gap, the faster that guard's going to come off, and it allows, again, that 3 technique to play 300 pounds versus 600 pounds, which is taken on right there when that guard and tackle double team him. Okay, Hinge reaction here by our open side rush. And you can see the wall that is created. Again, it's not about the 8-man front, it's how you fit it. Okay, Mike linebackers over the top, third and a fit, in open defense with power strong. Okay, D-gap spill, D-gap box, Mike linebackers third and a fit in between the will and the safety there. Excellent look. See a lot of white shirts getting to the ball. Okay, the next picture here is power weak. Power going to the open B gap. Okay, here you can see the tight end, our offense in this particular picture had the tight end in a yo. Whenever the tight end's off, we call that a yo. Again, pre-snap recognition is critical. These guys should be all yelling yo, yo, yo. In a yo, we got to be alerted for the tight end pull. So they're getting power O +1. Okay, but let's look at the fits. We'll go from the end zone copy here. We talked about stack alignments, 40, weak 10, 30. Okay, sky left because of the passing strength. Let's talk about power weak on the PowerPoint earlier. Okay, veer block by the offensive tackle. Run outside of the open B gap. Okay, fast to B. Okay, it's clearing the picture up. Okay, for the will linebacker to come over the top. Rush end will fit underneath the fullback and spill it, making the ball go outside. Sam Backer, don't like his footwork here. No reason for him to do that with the fullback's course, but he is a box defender. He'll fit outside the fullback or fit outside the guard, whoever comes to block him. You can see he's boxing. Okay, would like to see a little better base here with the Sam with his feet, but he's going to take it on with his inside arm and inside leg. Like to see a little bit wider base so he's got some power. Mike's fast to B. Will is over the top, third and fit. Spill, box. Okay, now they've got the extra puller with the tight end. His key is the tight end, strong safety. He pulls, I pull. Okay, we call this the fence line player. Just cruise the strip, fit inside out, track the near hip of that running back. Really nice fits here, the open side. Fast to B, spill fullback, box, third and fit, over the top, cruise the strip, track the near hip. Excellent job there. We'll get another picture here on the weak side power. Fast to B with the Mike. Tackles veer released inside. Fast to B. Spill the fullback. Again, Sam does not have very good footwork here, but he gets back outside, boxes it, turn it back inside. The strong safety, skied safety, sees the pull of the tight end. He's coming with it. Cruise the strip. Fit off the inside hip. Outnumber him at the point of attack if you read your keys and you react the right way. Excellent footwork by the Mike, the Will, strong safety. Need better footwork out of the Sam. He ends up getting in the right spot and turning the ball back, but nice fits. Okay, out here on the outside, would like to see the corner stay outside. Can't lose the cup of the ball. And then we've got our alley safety coming. Okay, here's an end zone copy. Again, power weak. Again, excellent fits here. Nice job here by the rush. Spilling, working up the field, and making the play. Okay, now last play we'll take a look at here is just stretch, outside zone. Going to the tight end and how we fit it. Again, we talk about the pieces of the puzzle. It's important that everybody knows where they fit. Okay, our offense does a nice job of running the stretch play here. What we want to do is get bodies to the point of attack outside. We'll go to the end zone copy. Here, this was just a thud tempo where we're just tagging up and letting the runner go. It's important here, outside run plays. Our defensive end wants to get up the field, okay, up the field and allow that natural game to happen. You can see our 3 technique doing a nice job here of staying alive and working over the top of our 6 technique. Staying alive here, 87, nose guard. Staying alive when the center pulls, just overlap. Okay, D-gap box here with the safety. Okay, the Mike, or excuse me, the Will. Again, he is a D-gap spill defender. Spill 1, box 2. Spill 1, box 2. Okay, the Mike linebacker here. You can see that the wing or the fullback is coming up to the Mike. He's securing the D-gap and up to the Mike. We will ask our Mike on stretch plays to give himself up and go underneath that block. Why? Because we want a clean picture for that Sam linebacker to come over the top, which you get right there. Okay, if he tries to fight over the top of the wing and he doesn't get over, he may muddy the waters for the Sam, and the Sam may run into him. We've cut off our pursuit right there, and then we would be in trouble because we wouldn't have enough guys outside there as you see that hole develop. But by that Mike linebacker going up and under, it clears the picture for that Sam linebacker who comes over the top, and we can outnumber the offense. By this defensive end getting up the field versus trying to cross face, you can see the natural game occur, and our defensive lineman can overlap on the stretch. Get you one more look here at the stretch. Okay, safety's coming down, sky right. Okay, we'd like to see him boxing a little bit better. Nice job by the Will linebacker of spilling. You can see the Mike linebacker coming underneath the wing and the Sam backer coming over the top. We'd like to see him track the inside hip, never allowing that cutback. That's part of pursuit. Track the near hip. And then you can see our alley safety coming also once all threat of pass is gone. He's going to run the alley. And if somebody would miss a tackle or it would pop, he would be able to knock it down. Look at it from the end zone copy. Good job getting up the field. Spill one, box. Mike backer underneath. Sam over the top. Track that near hip. Excellent job of getting to the ball. Here we're in man free, we call it black. He's man there. It changes the picture. Okay, again, Mike is going to spill whoever comes to block him, whether it be the wing or whether it would be the center here. You can see that center blocks him. Doesn't change the fit for the Sam. Okay, excellent job. Box, spill, over the top, third and the fit. Excellent job. Those are some of our stack run fits that we have on our open three. Now I'd like to take a look at some of our tight run fits in our 8-man front where we're playing man free. The next 8-man front we'd like to take a look at is out of our tight front. It's a 50 look with the Sam linebacker up in a 9 technique. Again, we will rotate a safety down in the box to create an 8-man front. In our tight defense, we typically will rotate weak with our safety to create an 8-man front, and we'll kind of go through our fits with that right now. Okay, tight gray. Tight defense, gray is a color, so it's a man defense for us. Talk about the strengths and the weaknesses and a little bit what it is. Tight gray, it's an 8-man front, man-free coverage, used with the 4-man pass rush. We got a low hole and a deep middle defender. It's a corners over defense. Open 3 that we looked at, 3 again is a number, it's a zone. Our corners are anchored, they're left and right, and they do not go over versus single width formations. Okay, strengths. It's an 8-man front designed to stop the run. Again, we got to fit plays right, but we got a lot of bodies up near the line of scrimmage. We get tight man-to-man coverage, and we've got a low hole and a deep middle defender to help take away some things for our defenders that are playing man-to-man. Okay, weaknesses. Anytime you play a lot of man-to-man, you got to make sure that you can match up on the outside. And again, most of what we play man-to-man for is to create those 8-man boxes and to get some tight coverage on the outside. If you can play some cover 3 and some man-to-man, and they really complement each other and never allowing the offense to know exactly what you're doing from a coverage standpoint. Okay, picture-wise, when you talk about tight front, tight for us, you can see it's more of a 50 look, a 5-man front out of our 4-3 defense. Tight means we're going to set the front to the tight end. The Mike linebacker will make his left-right call to the tight end. Okay, by rule, again, Sam goes to the call, travels to the same side as the nose. In tight defense, we want to have our nose shaded to the tight end side. So we've got a shade, a 5, and a 9 technique to the side of the tight end in tight defense. Our 3 technique will be away from the tight end, and our rush will be an open side 5 away from the tight end to the open side. We've got our big end playing the 5 technique. Our Sam is actually in a tilt 45. We will cock him at a 45-degree angle. His inside foot to the outside foot may widen him just slightly based on his ability and the ability of that tight end that he's asked to cover. In gray, it's a weak side rotation with our strong safety dropping down in the box. You can see, again, free safety goes to the call and open and tight. Strong safety goes away, and the strong safety is mostly going to rotate in the box when we talk about 8-man fronts. Free safety will rotate in the box when we talk about zone pressures. But tight gray, this is what we look like. The Mike is in a 40, Will's in a strong 10, and the safety dropping into the box will be in a 30. Okay, so we talk about stack fits with a Sam, Mike, and a Will. Now we talk about Bo run fits with a Mike, Will, and a safety. That's the difference. Bo is backers with a safety coming down weak. Stack is Sam, Mike, and Will in the box. If we get slot, okay, this is what we'd look like. We go corners over. We don't change the box or the core of the formation at all. Everybody remains the same. We're still using Bo run fits. Corners will go over. When the corners go over, we get them on different levels. We want to press the inside guy, play off on the outside guy, and when we press the inside guy, we do it with outside leverage using our low hole and our middle defender. Okay, tight gray alignments. Again, our big ends in a 5 technique to the call, our 3 technique, our tackles in a 3 technique away from the tight end side. Our nose is in a shade to the tight end side, and our rush is in a open side 5 technique. Okay, alignments for the backers. Again, it's Bo run fits. Okay, when we talk about Bo run fits and tight gray, let's start with the Sam. Whether it's pro, whether it's a slot, he's in a 90, which is on the outside shade of the tight end, and we put him up on the line of scrimmage. The Mike linebacker is in a 40 alignment, which is head up on the tackle to the tight end side. The Will linebacker is in a strong 10 because we're bringing the safety down to the open side of the formation. Okay, tight gray, left corner, right corner. If it's a pro formation, a double width, they align left and right. They are responsible to man up number 1. If it's slot or twins, it's corners over. Again, it's important that we align on levels. We will press to the slot, the inside receiver. Okay, strong safety and free safety. Strong safety goes away from the call. Free safety goes to the call. So in tight, the call's to the tight end. Strong safety is away from the tight end. Free safety is to the tight end. Okay, pro and twin, they align 2x10 off the core. Strong safety's late entry. He will stem late to a 30 alignment, which is on the outside leg of the guard to his side. Free safety, late stem to the deep middle, whether it's pro or whether it's twin. He's in the middle in tight gray defense. Okay, now let's talk about some of our fits. We're going to get lead strong, we're going to get lead weak, we're going to get power strong, we're going to get power weak. Tight gray versus ISO strong into the B gap, lead strong. Again, the fullback will create the extra gap, and our backers and safety will key the fullback, and they will feel the guards. Okay, if the fullback creates the extra gap, you can see the blocking scheme here. Block out on the 9, block out on the 5, double the nose, out on the 3, out on the rush. Okay, how do we react? The Mike and Will are going to 2-hat the fullback. Okay, strong safety, just like the Sam did in stack fits, is an A-gap cutback defender because the guard did not pull. Okay, you can see how we build a solid wall. We outnumber the offense at the point of attack. It's important, again, going all the way back to the first video, we talk about our players need to have discipline. If you're in an 8-man front, discipline is important because if one of these guys gets out of their gap, that ball's out the gate and on your middle safety in a hurry. You've got to have discipline to stay in your gap, control your gap, and trust that your teammates are going to make the play. Okay, now we get lead weak into the A gap. Again, we don't see it a lot. Our offense happens to run some, but we don't see it a lot because it's so constricted in there with that 3 technique. We mostly get B gap bubble stuff. But if we do get lead weak, we get weak lead zone here. You can see out on the rush, out on the 3, double the nose, out on the 5, out on the Sam. Fullback is leading through the A gap. Again, Mike, Will, strong safety are all key in the fullback for that extra gap. Strong safety is going to be a box defender. Will is going to be A to B spill player based on the fullback. Mike backer, fullback away. He is going to be a B gap cutback defender. Again, we've got a solid wall. Everybody's got discipline. Everybody stays in their gap. We should outnumber the offense at the point of attack. Let's talk about power strong. Okay. Again, we talk about how fast the linebackers play. It's very important to us because the faster they fit, the faster offensive linemen have to come off of our defensive linemen. Okay, let's talk about power strong here. In open 3, our D-gap defender was a box player. He was a box defender. He was going to keep everything on his inside arm and leg because he was responsible for things to the flat. In zone coverages, our edge of the defense will box. In man coverages, the edge of the defense will spill. Okay, so right now, we're in man free, we're playing gray. This Sam linebacker has this tight end man-to-man. These 3 guys, okay, are 3-way on the 2 backs. We call that a trio. Okay, these 3 have the 2 backs. All right, so when that tight end blocks, that Sam is going to squeeze to the hip, and he will spill the next threat. The Mike linebacker's got the first back his side. If I've got a back man-to-man, I'm always going to box that back, and I'll show you in a second. Will linebacker, power to the tight end side. Okay, he will not go over the top. He will be a B-gap run-through because we're trying to pull off this double team. We're trying to get this end to have to only play 1 block, which is the tight end, if we can get that tackle to come off. If he doesn't come off, this Will linebacker is going to be making plays in the backfield. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the blocking scheme. Double the end, block back on the nose, block back on the 3 technique, hinge the rush. Okay, from there, fullback will go to the Sam. Sam's got the tight end man-to-man. My man blocks. What's my fit? I'm going to squeeze and I'm going to spill the next blocking threat, which is the fullback. Sam will fit underneath. Okay, now here comes the guard around. Mike will always fit outside of his coverage responsibility, whether it's inside or whether it's outside. Okay, always leverage your coverage responsibility. Mike will fit outside the fullback and will box the next threat. Okay, Mike outside the fullback and block the next threat. The Will linebacker, okay, power to the tight end side. We understand blocking schemes and where we fit based on our front and coverage. He's going fast to beat, just like the Mike linebacker did in open 3 with power to the weak side, fast to be. So the Will could come over the top, and our bow fits. The Will is fast to be, and the safety is over the top. Box, fast to be, over the top. And we'll see it on tape here in a second. Now we talk about power weak. Okay, strong safeties, box 2, cut back away. Okay, we get power weak. Double the 3, center blocks back on the nose, block the end, block the Sam. Fullback goes to kick out the rush. Okay, our ends are spill players. He'll fit inside the fullback. Strong safety's got first back out his side. When I've got first back out my side, I will always leverage my coverage responsibility, and then I'm a box defender. Okay, he blocks, I'm outside, I will box the next threat. The Will linebacker, again, is going to key the fullback. It's straight flow outside. He's coming inside the guard, so we 2-hat the guard there. The Mike linebacker, the guard pulls, so he's got to jump gaps. He is the A-gap cutback defender. Okay, no reason to run up in that B-gap. The nose can play A to B because the guard is left, and that's how we fit the power weak. Again, we got a nice solid wall, good disciplined players stay in their gap. There should be nowhere to run if everybody on defense is fitting their gaps the right way. Okay, let's talk about power weak versus 22 personnel. You can see here, two tight ends, 2 backs. We will get this. The Sam is responsible to man up the tight end. The corner is manned up on the tight end. Okay, now we get power weak. Just like when we ran power strong. The Sam's guy blocks, the Sam squeezes, is a spill player. The corner is a mirrored player here. My tight end blocks, I will squeeze and get ready to spill the next threat. Okay, strong safety is responsible for first back out his side. He will box the fullback. You can see the Will come, strong safety will box to the guard outside the fullback. The Will come match inside the guard. The Mike will jump gaps to play the A-gap cutback. And again, we've got our nice solid wall built. Should be nowhere to run. Okay, split flow. Again, fullback creates the extra gap. These guys are key in the fullback. The fullback will take them to the play. You can see it split flow. Ball's handed off on inside zone. Strong safety is responsible for first back out. He's got a match outside the fullback. Will's A, Mike's B. We've got our solid wall built here, and we've outnumbered the offense at the point of attack. Okay, now let's go. We'll take a look at the video. Next thing we're going to do is take a look at some of our run fits out of our tight gray defense and show you how we fit some of our bow run fit concepts here against two-back plays. First one we're going to talk about is the lead weak. Talking about the offense trying to attack the open side A-gap here, lead weak. You can see here again, tight. We just totally disregard that. We just treat this guy here like a wide receiver. Our corner's got number one. Corner's got number one. If they were to motion, you can either run the corner or you can do what we call rock the safety in the corner, and we did that just from an ease standpoint. We'll go to the end zone copy here, and you can see the wall that's built and how we fit. Okay, again, we've got eye backs here. Just disregard the wing. We just treat him like a wide receiver. Nothing affects us at all. Okay, talking about our alignments. Tight is the front, so we're going to make a right-left call to the tight end. We've got a 9 technique, a 5 technique with our end. We've got a shade on the center to the tight end side, a 3 technique, and our rush is in an open side 5. Our Mike linebacker, here we're in a 40, we're in a strong 10, and we're in a 30 with our drop-in safety. Again, we're keying that fullback. This motion will not change our backers and safety at all. They've got fixed focus on their key, which is the fullback, and then feeling the guards. Here we get lead going into that A-gap. The safety here is a box player. The will linebacker is fast to A or fast to B based on the flow. So lead in the A, fullback's coming to the safety. He's a box defender. The faster the will comes, the faster that center has to come off, so the nose is only playing one block at 300 pounds versus 600 pounds. The Mike linebacker on flow away is fast to the B-gap. He's a B-gap cutback defender. Okay, 5 technique has got to be in the C-gap. He's got to take control of the C-gap. And then our Sam linebacker, who's a 9 technique, has got to squeeze to the hip of that tight end cutoff block and get ready to play the cutback. Again, we don't want him to work up the field. He works up the field. We're just going to open a vertical seam. But you can see here the nice wall that's built with white jerseys here. We want to go white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red. If we can do that all the way across the board, then we've built a nice solid wall, and we have fit the run in our 8-man front the right way. There should be a free hit defender there to make the play. Okay, same picture here, lead weak. Nice job by that safety getting in that A-gap. Fitting that fullback hard. Nice job by the Mike linebacker. Running through that B-gap. Pulling that tackle off that defensive end. Excellent job. Again, pursuit. We're not going to make every single tackle. You can see the Mike does a great job. Doesn't finish. Goes to his knees, doesn't execute a good tackle. But if guys are running the ball, very few yards after missed tackles. Excellent job. Look at it from the end zone copy. Again, 30, strong 10, 40, 90. Hammer to fullback, box it. Fast to A, get that center to come off that nose. Mike linebacker, fast to B because of the fullback's course. Excellent job. Great picture here. And then guys pursuing and running to the ball. Okay, here you see the tight end wing. Our Sam linebacker, anytime the offense stays in a tight end wing alignment, we get into what we call a wing bust alignment for that Sam. Normal alignment to tilt 45, inside foot to outside foot, tilted at a 45 with vision through the via the neck. Here in a wing bust, we put the inside leg up, outside foot back, and we get ready to play through the block of that wing. Nice job here by the Sam, but that's what we call a wing bust alignment. Okay, we'll look at this one from the back end. Okay, again, we got safety dropping into a 30, strong 10, 40. Watch the course of the fullback, though. It doesn't go up into the A-gap. Okay, if it doesn't go into the A-gap, we have to match the fullback. You can see here he's going to box the fullback. The 3 technique stays alive in the B-gap. Here now we have it inside, outside on the fullback where the extra gap is created between the safety and the 3 technique. Will linebacker knows fullback weak. I'm going A-gap. You can see here, going A-gap. Nice wall being built. A lot of white, red, white, red, white, red, all the way across the board. Nice job by the Sam on the wing bust. Corner's got the wing. He blocks. He's squeezing to the hip, getting ready to play that E-gap cut back there. Nice picture. Okay, here's some stuff from inside run. Again, you can see the weak lead. Of course, the fullback going wide. Will linebacker in the A-gap to make the play. Center never came off. They don't come off. If our linebackers go fast, that's how we're making tackles for losses. Nice job by that Mike linebacker on the B-gap run through. Again, in 8-man fronts, if you know your key and can react fast to your key without wasted movement, it almost looks like you're blitzing. It looks like these guys could be on a blitz. They're just reading their keys and reacting fast. Excellent job. Again, Sam linebacker here in a wing bust. He's going to work with that tight end down, but he's going to play through the block of that wing so he just doesn't get washed and collapse that whole side. But nice fits. Okay, here, now we got a stunt up front with the defensive line. Okay, we talked about the rub and the echo stunt in our open. The stunt that we like to use most of the time out of our tight, based on opponent and the way they try to attack us, is a pirate. It's a two-man stunt where we're canceling the A and the B gap to the open side or to the 3 technique side here. So this is a tight pirate gray. You can watch the 3 technique and the 5 technique rocking to the A and the B. It changes the fit for the safety and the will. Excellent fits. They know the A and B are canceled. He's still going to box the fullback. He's going to go inside the fullback. Nose has got A. Mike has cut back B. Defensive end stays in C. Sam's got to squeeze to the hip and get ready to play the cutback. But again, nice picture here. White, red, white, red, white, red. We're fitting the 8-man fronts the right way. We can outnumber the offense at the point of attack. Excellent look here. But these line stunts here are really good disruptors to change it up. We don't do it all the time. If you do it all the time, they're going to play for it. If you do it every now and then, I think they're a lot more effective for you. Okay, here's another example of a tight pirate gray versus lead weak. Got a nice negative yardage play here. We'll go from the end zone copy. Okay, 30, strong 10, 40. Corner and the safety rocked. You get the pirate. Get vertical. After the 45 lateral step, get vertical. Dip and rip, get vertical. Tackle for a loss. Got to box the fullback, fit inside the fullback. Again, white, red, white, red. Nice fits right there. Great play in a coming out situation. Again, tight pirate. Good fits. Free hit player here. Just don't stop. Keep tracking that back. Track the inside hip of that back. B-gap cut back. Wing butt. We'd like to see the Sam backer do a better job here. He should tighten his alignment. Should be foot to foot with that tight end. He's a little wide here, and you can see he gets cut off. Okay, now we're going to take a look at some power plays. Power strong. This is what we get mostly versus our tight front. Okay, we'll go here. You can see, again, the Sam. This is our Mike. This is our Will. This is our safety that's dropped into the box. This corner right here has the wing just like he was a wide receiver. We'll take a look at our fits. You can see how they sort out here. Sam linebacker's got the tight end man-to-man. My man blocks down. I spill the next blocking threat. Tight end blocks down to double the defensive end with the tackle. Sam's going to spill the next threat. Spills the fullback. Mike linebacker is responsible for the first back to the flat. My man blocks. I'm going to box the next blocking threat. You can see him box the next blocking threat. Okay, will linebacker on power. Again, everything we do is designed to pull offensive linemen off of our defensive linemen. Our will linebacker on power flow strong is going to be the B-gap run through. The faster he runs through, the faster that tackle has to come off. On power flow strong, third and the fit will be our strong safety. He's over the top, third and the fit. You can see spill, box, third and the fit right there. You can see the nice wall that we have built. Okay, you look at 87, our 3 technique. Every now and then, we'll try to swing the 3 technique on the back block and the guard pull just to try to keep the offense honest. If they're going to go flat like that, we'll allow him to cancel both A-gaps here, and we'll swing the 3 technique every now and then, and at times we can get an extra defender at the point of attack. Okay, power, strong, Sam, spill, Mike, box. Double in that 5 technique. Will linebacker, run through. You can see the tackle come off fast. Strong safety over top, third and the fit. And we weren't in a live situation, so this is just thud on the offense. You can see it from the end zone. Double the end. Take the run through, pull him off. Helps him tremendously. Spill, box, third and the fit. Power strong. See our Sam go from a wing bust back to a normal 9 technique. Spill, box. Excellent job by our will linebacker. Look how fast he goes through. Creates a lot of disruption. Tackle comes off fast, but he can get deep enough where he picks up an extra puller, knocks him off, actually makes the play. Again, key in the fullback. Fullback's course tells you everything. You see how fast our guys are reacting. No wasted movement here. No wasted movement by the Mike. The will's going fast to be. Safety's third and the fit over the top. Excellent job here. Okay, we'd like to make sure that Sam stays inside that fullback, but you can see what he's doing to the fullback there. Knocking the crap out of him. Excellent fits right there. Nice job. In the way, the finish. Excellent finish. A lot of white shirts knocking the ball back. Excellent finish. Okay, we'll take a look at stretch. In corner and safety are rocking the motion. You can do that if you want. Okay, we call this a TED block. Okay, tight end down, tackle out, near tackle. Any near tackle blocks or guard blocks, we're going to stay outside of it with our Sam backer. Down and around, outside. Excellent job. Okay, we'll watch it from the end zone copy here. Better look. Okay, again, we've got our 5 technique, 40 linebacker, strong 10, 30 safety, 3 technique. Okay, we got a 6-eye here on the backside instead of a 5 technique to the weak side here. Okay, stretch, it's outside flow. Don't want guys running up inside. They pull, we've got to jump gaps. We've got to get outside. Outside the TED block. Okay, Mike backer, spill 1, box 2. Good job here. Will linebacker is over the top. Nice job here by the end, getting up the field, and a good overlap here by the nose guard to gain that extra defender. We get our safety going over the top with the outside flow. A lot of hats there. Box of TED. Spill 1, box 2. Third and the fit box. Push it all back to the overlap nose guard and the safety coming over the top. There was a look at some of our 8-man fronts that we run here with our 4-3 defense at the University of Wisconsin. Again, it's important that you understand it's not just the 8-man front that stops the run, it's how you fit the run. Get your guys to understand how offenses are going to block you, get them to understand how to take on blocks and fit in the right spot. and you'll have a chance to stop the run. Good luck. One more video will be our 4-3 and how we defend the pass. Hopefully we've helped you today, and again, if we can help you any way down the road, make sure you contact us. Thanks.